Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the finished article, and welcome to the final episode of the series on the World Cup. World Cup. The last two games were over the World Cup. We were on Saturday for the third and fourth place, and then we had obviously the World Cup final on Sunday. Obviously, I know everyone knows the results. Me and my boy Shaz are going to go through the results and our thoughts on it. We are obviously. This is going to be the final show on the World Cup, but we will be doing other shows for the Premier League and the Champions League going forward. Tune into the end of the show to get an update on that. Without further ado, I'm going to bring my boy on. Yes, Shaz, we're good?
Yes, Bride, and apologies to everyone in advance. I've got a bit of a cough and a cold, so if you do hear me go muted, don't worry, I'm alive. I'm just trying to manage my cough, but here for Shaz as always. But yeah, good
It's
to be
all
back
good,
on.
bro.
And,
It's all good.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. But before we do get going, I'm just going to ask everyone to smash the like button on the video, leave some comments, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching on a replay, and as always, please subscribe to the channel. But we'll start off, Shaz, with Croatia versus Morocco. Do you want to go first? I know you're on mute. You might be coughing, but I'll let you go first.
Yeah,
bro.
I'll try and wrap up as quickly as possible. Not the result we were expecting because I'd predicted Morocco to win. A close game. Croatia scoring first before Morocco equalised, and Croatia managing to find a winner. Wasn't the best of games, but then again, I don't really see the point of the third place playoff because you're essentially just,
Hey, you've got to give them something. You've got to give one of the losers third place in it, bro. You've got to.
Well, yeah, I suppose if you have to, then you have to. But
otherwise, no one's gonna know who's third and fourth, bro. No one's gonna know.
It's like giving Mbappe man of the match and seeing Messi walk away with the World Cup match. I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, I don't know what was worse. Watching Messi lift the trophy or Mbappe getting man of the match. That was crazy. Very crazy stuff. But yeah, you're right, man. It's not the result that we were expecting. We were going for Morocco to get third place in that match. But yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it, man? Football's football. Anything can happen in football. And as you can see, I mean, we'll get on to the final later, but what a cracking match that was.
Absolutely, bro. One of the games of the tournament, and I think I predicted when we did the preview of the final, I said 4-3, and I think I was very close to getting it, except for France had a last-minute blip and couldn't find their feet in the last minute of extra time. And then, well, I don't know what to say. That was probably one of the best games me and Shaz have watched together. Purely because I got one over Shaz, which is nice, considering I always lose to him in pool or other predictions like boxing. So I'll take the win, 5-1 or whatever it is now. A win's a win. But yeah, good game. And obviously, a shout out to everyone that's tuning in tonight. Appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts on the final or the third place playoff. What you thought of those games? Are they relevant games? What did you guys think of Messi having an Arab robe put around him, covering his Argentina shirt? Did that offend people? Did that offend people? Did you reckon it was a good idea? But yeah, fire your thoughts across.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Croatia-Morocco game, as we were just speaking about, man. I really expected Morocco to play a little bit better and win that because they had a good game against Portugal, and I was expecting them to bring that same energy. But I think Croatia was just a little bit too strong for them. As we said, things like this happen in football. But yeah, the World Cup final, though, bro. Argentina versus France. What a game. We were watching it, and when it got to halftime, it was 2-0 to Argentina. What did I say, Shaz? I said France are going to come back and score 3 goals, and they literally did, but they still lost. It's crazy because they had 10 minutes to score 2 goals. They got them 2 goals and got the game to a draw, got to extra time, and then they went behind again 3-2. And then Mbappe scored the hat-trick. And it was mad. And just another stat, Mbappe is only the second person in the history of the World Cup to score a hat-trick in the World Cup final. And the only other person to do it was Jeff Hurst, who did it for England in 1966. So it goes to show that record, it was a long-standing record. And Mbappe has smashed that record to pieces. And he's only 22, 23 years old. And he's already won a World Cup.
Technically, yeah, like you said, he actually scored 4 because he scored his penalty in the penalty shootout as well.
Yeah.
Pele was even
They don't go towards your goal tally, but yeah, he scored 4 in overall. He scored 3 penalties and he scored one goal as well in between the two in the actual time.
Can I
we've got some comments. We have got some comments flying in from Nav.
Go on, bro.
Sorry I couldn't join you tonight. Feeling the after effects of my meds and this weather. No worries, bro. No worries. Hope you get well soon, bro. And then we've got what a game though. Yeah, we were just saying what a game it was. I don't know, man. Shaz, what were your thoughts Argentina wise and France? What were your thoughts on that final, bro?
So I was just about to jump in. So Benzema had played. I reckon France might have nicked it because Giroud was off it. He got taken off in the 41st minute. The same with Dembele. They both had shockers. So bad that L'Equipe from France newspaper didn't even give them a rating. That's how bad those guys.
Is that how bad they played? Yeah. Well, to be fair, Mbappe, Dembele had a shocker, man. He gave that penalty away that Argentina scored the first goal. His first touch was shocking. I think from kickoff, they passed him the ball. He missed the ball completely, and it went out, and he gave the ball away to Argentina straight away. He was having a shocker. And I'll be honest with you, Griezmann was having a shocker as well. I'm surprised he didn't get subbed off earlier. But the people that came on, Kingsley Coleman came on and absolutely had a smashing game. Who was the other guy that came on that was all over the pitch, bro? You were saying, who the heck is this guy?
Yeah, Moana, I think it was.
Moana, that's the one, bro. He had an absolutely solid game when he came on.
Good game.
Me and you were saying, why didn't these two start, man? We were saying it when we were watching the game. Like, I think he got it. I think Deschamps got the lineup wrong. I know that they had a virus, but for me, you can't blame everything. You can't blame the loss on a virus, bro. This is a World Cup final. You've got a 26-man squad. So he should have been playing his strongest 11.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think that's why, because for first 80 minutes, I was like, I think literally before the Francis penalty in the 80th minute, I was like, Shaz, this is ending in 10 minutes. We might as well go. Then literally,
you were literally saying this to me, bro. This is 10 minutes. We might as well go, bro. This is over.
Yeah.
And then boom, France get a penalty, back of the net. Boom, 90 seconds later, 2-2. What was going on, bro? What was going on?
But by the way, can we give a shout out to Mbappe for that second goal? Because I don't think there are many players in the world that can literally hit a ball at an angle on the volley to score.
That was a brilliant goal. I mean, the lead up to that goal, bro, the passes to lead up to that goal were brilliant. That was one of the best goals I've seen in the World Cup as a team goal. Individual goals, there might have been others that were better, but as a team goal, I think that was one of the best goals I've seen in a World Cup.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree. I mean, a great comeback, and then we're like, okay, what's going to happen here? Then went to extra time and carnage and
then Argentina scored.
Argentina got back into it with Messi. The funny thing was their goal. I don't know if you've seen the replays. Varane's ass was playing them onside. So Varane's ass was a bit further forward. I know it's funny we say this about the offside rule, but bro, guys, keep your asses in check because anything can be given as onside. It's true. But yeah, and then Mbappe with his hat trick. Shaz called it. Said it was happening.
Told you as soon as he scored that second, I told you Mbappe scoring a hat trick that night. I could see it coming because after they scored the first goal and it got to 2-1, Mbappe was on fire after that. It's like someone lit a fire up under him and he was just on it. It was crazy the way he performed after that, after scoring that first penalty, and then he got the second goal. Extra
you know
time, he
what?
scored the third goal and hat trick. It was just next level.
You know what? Although we saw him upset at the end and slouched on the chairs,
Yeah,
that's a very dangerous look for a guy that's won a World Cup at 18 or was it 19? Got a
19, I
hat
think.
trick in his second World Cup final. Literally, this guy is he's going to be around for another 3 or 4 World Cups, bro. So I wouldn't put it past him to win another 3, 4 World Cups.
I
The
think
way
three
he
more
just
World
needs,
Cups he'll have. That'll take him to
yeah,
what 12 years on, so he'll be like 35 at that point.
bro. The guy is rapid, bro.
We've got a comment here from Nav.
I'm
I don't know if I
go on.
agree with this one, Nav. I'm gonna have to talk to you about this on the next show. Best individual goal, hand of God by Maradona. Hashtag Maradona. No, Charles, I'll let you respond to this one, bro.
Oh wow, that's an interesting one. Hand of God, eh? Whether that's the
Shaz
best
is
ever goal I've seen at a
Shaz is
World Cup.
speechless.
Sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath after seeing that comment. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen better. I wouldn't say it's the best. I mean, if that was the case, then shit, man.
I mean,
Penalties would be
I've seen
counting
some
great
good
goals.
goals in the World Cup. I don't know if, yeah, I think James Rodriguez for Colombia scored that a really good goal a couple of years back. That put him on the map, and I think after that he went to Real Madrid, didn't he? Real Madrid signed him after that quality goal that he scored.
Yeah, and then it went downhill for him since then.
And then it just went downhill from there. I don't know where he is now.
He's lost. He was at Everton, then he went back to Madrid. Then I don't know where the hell the guy went.
Shots fired from Nav to you there, Shaz. I'm going to bring this up and let you comment back. Shaz and speechless, not a chance.
Yeah, that's it's the first one, bro. I mean, considering you dropped the comment on the chat, you definitely caught me out there. I mean, I'll be honest with you, wouldn't call it the greatest goal I've ever seen, and I've seen some fairly good goals in the World Cup during my time.
Nav,
Probably
I think you
the
need to come
best.
on. I think you need to get on the show, Nav, and you need to answer for that comment. I think Shaz is quite upset right now.
Nah, I think the best goal I have ever seen is Argentina's collective 26 pass goal in the 2000 and was it 2002 World Cup. That for me was the best goal that I've seen.
That was a good goal. 26 passes to lead to the goal. I remember that.
But you know what the funny thing about the hand of God is, I can't really comment because I wasn't alive at the time, so I might have seen YouTube clips of it. I can only count goals that I've seen in my lifetime, so that's my take on it.
True. We've got a comment from Nav about James Rodriguez here. After Everton, Rodriguez went to the middle and now plays for Greek champions Olympiacos. I actually didn't know I knew he left Everton, but I didn't realise he'd gone to Olympiacos. That's a good move for him. I think he'll do well there.
He could have come to United and he would have been a star, bro. Yeah, he missed that one out.
He probably wouldn't even get into the starting 11 at United with his bad performances. Right. He went to the Middle East. That's what he meant. Yeah. So he went to Everton, Middle East, and then the Olympiacos. Right. Okay. That makes more sense now. I think your comment makes more sense now that you corrected it to Middle East.
That's all good, bro. It's all good.
But back to the World Cup. Mbappe got a golden boot. Who got golden glove, Shaz? I can't even remember.
Martinez got it for Argentina.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this question to you. I wanted the other guys on the show to ask as well. So there's this hot topic and this hot debate of who is the GOAT, who is the best between Ronaldo and Messi. Now that Messi's won the World Cup with Argentina and Ronaldo hasn't won a World Cup, and he probably won't now because this would have been his last World Cup, we're saying, does that now mean Messi overtakes Ronaldo and is classed as the best in the world now between them two, or not, Shaz? What's your thoughts on that?
So I'm 50-50 on this. I think they're both brilliant players because, like I said to you yesterday, Messi's won the World Cup, Ronaldo's won the European Championships in 2016. I know Messi has got the Copa America, But I mean,
So the Copa America is the equivalent of the Euros. So they've both got one of those each, but only
yeah, but
Messi has a
let's
World
be
Cup
honest.
compared to Ronaldo.
I've got to be honest though. The Portugal side that came this year was never really getting. Sorry, it was never really getting that far anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. It's not one man show. Messi had players around him that would help him. It's the same debate we have with England. You can't just have a collection of individuals. You need a team to take you there. So like from defense to like midfield to like up front.
Yeah,
I mean, Ronaldo literally is a legend. I'm not going to say that he isn't, but you can't expect a guy at 37 to win it all on his own. He needs the support. And I'll be honest with you, the Portugal side this year, he
they
might have
didn't
won it
perform.
the last World Cup when they got since the last World Cup when they got to the quarterfinals of the semi, they might have won it then.
Yeah, 2018.
But I think this year was going to be a bit of a struggle. But I'm just happy that Piers Morgan didn't get his wish because for some reason he's been on the CR7 bandwagon like
Yeah, there's
anything
something
goes.
weird about Piers Morgan, man. There's something weird about that guy. I don't know. I just find him very weird, man. Very weird. The way he's the way he supports Ronaldo is just very weird for him. It's like he's an Arsenal fan, and when Ronaldo was at Arsenal, I guarantee you, Piers Morgan was slagging Ronaldo off. But now he's Ronaldo's best friend.
Bro, let me explain something to you. The best decision CR7 made was never to join Arsenal. And that's not going to happen because Arsenal aren't doing anything. They might be top of the league right now, but they're going to flop. If you thought
Oh
Spurs
yeah,
were bad enough and bottled it, you watch Arsenal. They're going to bottle it
oh yeah,
second half.
definitely.
Guaranteed.
We've got a comment that you might like here, Shaz, from Nav. Before that interview, for me, it was CR7. Never been a Messi fan, though he is an awesome player. For me, Maradona still is my number one brilliant player in his era. He was a brilliant player in his era, but he's also a cheat. But we're talking about let's talk about best player in the world, like across all eras. Would you still say that was Maradona, Nav, or would you say someone else? What about you, Shaz? Across all, like from the start, from any
My, my,
footballer
my,
you could
my,
mention in any era of football.
my top five would be right now
Not top five,
Messi,
bro. We're not
Maradona.
talking top five. We're not talking top five, bro. We're talking the best. Let's just say the best footballer to have ever played football. Let's just call it that.
What? So you mean the greatest ever? Then that would be
Yeah,
Pele.
the greatest ever. I wouldn't even say Pele. I'd go with Zinedine Zidane. That guy's quality, the guy's touch on the ball was next level.
There's always going to be people that say Maradona because they love Maradona, but some people say Messi,
So
some people say
yeah,
it's
we've
a
got a comment from
public
Nav
debate.
with his best player being Ronaldinho, which is a good shout. Ronaldinho was off. He was off the charts. That guy, man. Some of the tricks and stuff that he used to do was just next level. But the reason I'm going with Zidane is because of his performance against Brazil in the World Cup, where he absolutely destroyed them. He just ripped them a new one on his own, where they won. I think it was a
Well,
World Cup final.
if you're going off that, then I'm going with R9, the original OG Ronaldo. Then I'm going. That's what I'm going with.
You're going with
The guy,
R9,
yeah, R9, bro, the original OG, the man that
the
made it happen.
OG.
15 World Cup goals.
Yeah, no, the original Ronaldo. Like, I don't even know what's called him, Ronaldo from Brazil or Ronaldo from Portugal. There's a difference. Yeah, but the Ronaldo from Brazil, as people now they call him the fat Ronaldo, which I think is a bit disrespectful, even though he has put on weight. But most footballers do after football, after they retire. I mean, look at Alan Shearer. He put on
Have you
quite some
seen?
weight after he quit.
If Ronaldo's put on, have you seen Wayne Rooney? Bloody
Oh
hell,
my
he's looked
word.
like he's.
Wayne Rooney's put on some size, bro. Wayne Rooney's put on some size, man. So, I mean, some other news in football. We've covered the World Cup, and that's the end of the World Cup on this channel for now. But obviously, other news wise, Gareth Southgate staying at England until at least the Euro 2024 tournament. and maybe even beyond that, depending how well they do. What are your thoughts on that one, Shaz?
Well, I thought it was going to be inevitable because for me, in terms of like succession plan, England didn't really have one. Is he probably the best manager that could manage England? Probably not. But then I think consistency is probably more important.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right
definitely.
now, Kane, for me, he's got to basically be a bit more ruthless. And in between now and Euros, he's basically got to start looking at decent strikers because that's what England lacked this year.
For me, Harry Kane's not the England striker that we need. Like, so the way I'm going to put it, Shaz, is with Southgate in charge, we're never going to win the Euros or a World Cup. And with Harry Kane as our number 9, I'm saying the same thing. We won't win a Euro or World Cup. We need to get rid of Southgate. Bring in any manager. I don't care who it is. It could be Eddie Howe. It could be Graham Potter. We could even get Jose Mourinho for all I care. I don't care. As long as it's not Gareth Southgate. That's my take on it anyway. In regards to Harry Kane's the next Euros will probably be his last international tournament with England. He's 28. He's going to be 30 by that time, 31. Then the next World Cup he's going to be 33. I don't think he's going to get into the squad for the next World Cup. So these Euros that are upcoming in 2024 are going to be his last opportunity to actually win a trophy internationally. And probably by then, if he's not won a trophy with, domestic wise with Tottenham, he's done. He's going to retire trophyless, like I said he's going to.
Bro, we might as well call it now. He isn't winning anything at Spurs anyway, so...
No, that's what I mean. If he doesn't leave Spurs, he's not winning a trophy domestically. And England-wise, if they don't win the Euros, then he's not winning nothing.
But that's the problem, bro. So I know I'm going slightly off topic, but getting ready for the
No. We're on topic right now, bro.
for me, Harry Kane has missed his chance. Like you said in the other podcast, when he didn't go crying for his move to Man City, he missed his chance because Liverpool don't need him.
Transfer, bro. He bottled his transfer.
Yeah, he bottled it. Man City don't want him now.
He's bottled everything with Spurs. He's bottled everything with England. He even bottled the transfer to Man City. That's how bad he is. Like you said, were you Shaz that said it? You can take the what did you say about Spurs, bro?
You can take the player out of Spurs, but you can't take the Spurs out of the player.
Exactly, yeah. So no matter where he goes, he's still going to bottle it. So it doesn't really matter. Nav said he could always do a Van Persie and join a club later on later on in his career and win a trophy. But the difference is there now that Van Persie was a quality player. He's a world-class striker, and Harry Kane isn't. That's the difference there. Yes, he could join a bigger club, towards the end of his career and maybe win a trophy. But I don't see it happening. I don't see him winning a trophy. I think he's just going to stay at Spurs for the rest of his career. He's going to retire without a trophy, and he's going to go down as one of the biggest flops in English football. That's just my take on it. What about you, Shaz?
Yeah, I mean, I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I mean, I'm coughing. That's how bad I don't need to talk anyway on Harry Kane.
I mean, I know there was some other news that came out just before we went live or a little bit earlier that Karim Benzema is now retired from international football. Like, she's quite a shame because I think, like I've been saying it all this year, Shaz, and you can vouch for that Benzema is the best striker in the world. And that was proven right when he won Ballon d'Or. And for him not to be at this World Cup was quite harsh. I know he got injured, but I wanted to see him in this World Cup. I wanted to see maybe his last it would have been his last World Cup because he's retired now from international football. But I wanted to see him at the World Cup one last time. Go on, Shaz.
Yeah, it was a shame. It was a shame. I think if he hadn't had that injury, he would have had probably a really good tournament. And saying that France didn't even have their best players. I mean, Pogba was out, Kante was out, Benzema was out, and Cuckoo was out. I mean, so the fact that they still got to the final, and I said this to Shaz yesterday, that the way Argentina ripped them a new one in the first half, I'll be honest with you, England missed the boat because literally they had chances but they didn't convert them, whereas Argentina are ruthless.
Yeah.
The way that second
No,
goal
that's very
when
true. Very true.
Di Maria scored, literally cut through France's defense, and that was always their weakness. But
I don't like Di Maria as a snake. Sorry, just saying that.
Well,
but just speaking about
Di Maria
you can talk about him, bro. Go for it. I'll let you say your piece on him.
Just a quick one. So Di Maria moved to United back in 2016. 16, yeah, snake, whatever you want to call it, solid snake if you like. I don't think he was a bad player. I think, unfortunately, Van Gaal wasn't the man to manage him. He needed some, like, I'll be honest, Van Gaal seems like an old dinosaur now when you talk about him because he's been around the game so long. I mean, the man could barely get a rise out of Van Dijk, so I'm not expecting much. But
hasn't he retired now? From has he not left the Holland national team?
Yeah, he's left. He's retired.
And so is the German coach as well. I think he's left as well, hasn't he?
He was due to leave, but they're keeping him on for one more tournament. Because
So Euros, they'll keep him on for Euros. Speaking about contracts, Benzema's contract at Real Madrid runs out in 2024. And I think by then, they're not going to give him a new contract because he's like 30 something now. So he's going to be 35 by then, maybe. I don't think Real Madrid will give him a new contract at that age. Yeah, no, sorry, he's 35 now. So by then, he's going to be 37. I think end of that contract, he retires. He's not moving to another club to keep playing at 37, bro. I don't see him moving to a club at that age.
I mean, you've seen the effects Ronaldo's going through right now. I can't see Benzema doing that because he'd struggle in the Premier League now with his.
I don't think he'll come to the Premier League. I mean, I think he could go to maybe a different league, somewhat like the French league, and maybe win a trophy with PSG or something like that. But I don't think he needs to. I think at 37, Benzema's done everything he could. He's won a World Cup. He's won the Champions League. He's won the La Liga. He's pretty much proven on every stage that he's the best. Yeah,
without a doubt. The fact that he got a Ballon d'Or. And if it wasn't for Messi and Ronaldo winning it so many times, I reckon he would have won it more times than he has done.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, that was the first time in the past 11 years that Ronaldo and Messi haven't won it. They've got 5 apiece. Over 10 years, they've just had 5 each, and now it's Benzema's take over.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Messi has 7 Ballon d'Ors, Ronaldo has 5. Modric got it last year, Benzema got it this year, yeah.
All right, fair enough. I'm wrong. Yeah, I might be wrong on that, but yeah, but it's been a long time since anybody else has won it. But obviously, I know Modric got it last year, but it's the first time someone else has won it. Between Messi and Ronaldo, they had it for 12 years between them, 7 and 5. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, crazy stat, bro.
That's back in 2000 and at least 2008. No one else has won it besides them until Modric and now Benzema. And if you look at it, they're both Real Madrid players, where Ronaldo was, his former teammates.
Well, Messi might win it next year, basically on the back that he's won the World Cup, and
you can't give him a Ballon d'Or just because he's won a World Cup, man. I mean, if you're gonna give someone a Ballon d'Or, it's got to be Mbappe after that hat-trick at the World Cup. He's broken a record that's been around since 1966.
Yeah, that's true. That's also a good shout. But yeah, we shall see what happens.
But I think it depends who has, the end of the season. The second half of the season now, who has a good season, who wins the Champions League and stuff like that. I think that's going to factor in to who wins Ballon d'Or. So if Messi and Mbappe both win if they both win Champions League with PSG, they could both be in for a shout for the Ballon d'Or. But I would give it to Mbappe just for the fact of that hat-trick that he scored in the World Cup final. Messi's had 7 of them. He doesn't need another.
Yeah.
And I don't think Messi's performance for PSG up until now have been that good. I don't think he's shined at PSG. Yes, he scored goals and he's assisted, but he's not shined like he did at
Bro, you know
Barcelona.
the funny thing is, I'm gonna love when Messi and Mbappe got to PSG. So Messi will be on one side, he'll have his World Cup trophy. Mbappe will be like, I got a hat trick, and there'll be Neymar in the middle, be like, bro, what you do?
I got nothing.
What you? I got nothing. It's an interesting dynamics, but yeah.
Oh, crazy, man, crazy. But that's all we have time for today, folks. But if you stay tuned for the next couple of minutes, I'm just going to go through a couple of updates for the channel. We are going to continue with the shows going forward in regards to football. We are going to cover the Premier League, the Champions League, and any football news that pops up here and there, like when Ronaldo signs for his new club and stuff like that. We're going to keep it to maybe we're going to keep it to maybe 2 to 3 shows a week, and we're probably going to be doing them on the same days every week. Sunday's a day that we're all going to be okay with going forward. The other day is probably going to be a Wednesday or Thursday, which is midweek. And then from there, if we do need to add more days into the schedule for other shows, we will. We're probably going to be looking at. We're putting a hold on 30 time because anything Man United can be spoken about in the general football stuff. Going forward, all things Sky Blue is going to be coming back for the Coventry City fans. Shazad's going to be leading that with Rich, and I'm not sure who else is going to be doing that. It might be Adam and maybe Darren. I'm not sure. Shaz should have an update on that, Shaz.
Yeah, so it'll most likely be myself, Rich. We'll speak to Adam and Darren and see what their availability is like. But it'll probably be me and Rich, and then Adam and Darren making cameo appearances as and when they can jump on.
Of course. And then we've got the stuff that we used to do on TV shows and movies, which we'll maybe do one of those a month with all the hosts on, and just get everyone's take on certain movies and TV shows. The one on games. We can do the same with that. We can do one of those a month if we've got the availability and the scheduling with all the other hosts as well. I don't think there were any others that we really did besides those. We did all things wrestling, which I am looking at bringing back with a couple of other hosts that haven't been on the show previously, on any of the shows previously. And Shaz might be jumping on in and out of those as well when we do them. So that's an update on the shows that we are going to be doing going forward. So hopefully, it's going to be a busy schedule. Shaz is going to pop the schedules up for all things Sky Blue, along with Rich and Adam and Darren whenever they're available. Football, me and Shaz are going to lead. We're going to obviously continue with the 2 a week for now. All things wrestling, I'm going to lead on that with my other co-host that I'm going to be bringing on for that. It's looking likely it's going to be me and John and maybe Chris and Glenn. So there's a couple of us that are going to be doing that, but I don't think all 4 of us will be on every single show. It'll just be a variation of me and whoever else can make it out of those lot. And obviously Shaz as well, when he wants to, when he's got the availability to be on there. But Shaz, any other thoughts on any of those? Have I missed anything on any of the updates?
No, I think you've covered it. The wrestling one, I'll jump on as and when I can join. I'm sure it's going to be interesting developments with WrestleMania around the corner and Royal Rumble. And I'm looking forward to when The Rock comes back and schools the head of the table. But I will save that for another show. So stay tuned.
Yeah, man. We'll definitely talk about that on the first show. First show is probably looking likely maybe a week before the Royal Rumble on that. I think Royal Rumble's on the 23rd of January. So leading up to that, you'll see it pop up. Always have a look at the schedule over on YouTube on the upcoming live shows. That's where all the shows that are going to be done are going to be there at least 24 to 48 hours before. So football, wrestling, even all things Sky Blue, the game stuff and the TV show and movies, all of it's just going to be on there. So if there's anything that tickles your fancy, just click the button for the bell notification. You get a notification when we go live. At least that way you won't miss the shows. But appreciate everyone tuning in. As it shows at the bottom, smash the like button, comment on the videos, and please subscribe to the channel. But for now, I'm going to leave it over to Shaz for his final thoughts.
Nice one, bro. As always, great show. Great to cover the last episode on the World Cup podcast. Been a really great World Cup. First World Cup where there've been trouble-free crowds. So one for the future, for other tournaments to learn from. And definitely
Get rid
looking
of the
forward
alcohol.
to seeing what the. Yeah, I think a lot of people enjoyed that element. But yeah, looking forward to the second half of the season and what the future holds for the finished article. So stay tuned here, guys. But that's it from myself. Signing off now, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Peace out, and see you on the next episode, peeps.